Hey, what's up, guys? It's Apollo Uchiha here, back with the new movie. The name of this movie is What If Naruto Had Susanoo Summonings? And yeah, guys, it's an unscripted movie as well. Now, before continuing this, I would like to give shout out to Edward Settles. I hope I'm saying your name right because this is a set subscriber who gave me this idea. And do not worry, I will be making your ideas as well. It's just that it suddenly clicked. Some ideas do that, and I make them immediately, and some takes time, so I hope you understand. And other than that, if you haven't, then please do leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And without further ado, let's begin with our story begins in Konohagakure no Sato on October 10th in nighttime, as we see the giant QB rampaging everywhere, as suddenly it was chained. As out of nowhere, chains emerged and caught it in one place, and QB turned around and thrusted its hand on it high speeds. At the said hand, nail pierced through the bodies of Minato Namikaze and Kushina Uzumaki, both husband and wife. One was the leader of the village, while other was known as the Anbu Commander and the Red Death of Konoha. As in front of them was their infant son that they were going to use as the Jinchuriki for sealing the Biju inside of it. As Minato then completed his hand seals, the Shinigami appeared already. As Minato has already asked the Shinigami to seal the QB inside of Naruto, half of it, but the Shinigami said only full can be done. He cannot split the Bijus, not in this one. And hence the whole Biju was sealed inside Naruto. And before Shinigami could disappear, Kushina requested, after seeing that many of the shinobis and civilians might hate her son. Something clicked inside her mind. She looked at Shinigami-sama. She knew that her husband was dead already. Shinigami-sama, I have a request. What is it you want, Kushina Uzumaki? I want you to bless my son. Please, he needs something to protect himself. I know people are going to turn against him. All of our friends will too. Because of the loss, because of the QB. I don't want him to get hurt. I see. I will bless him with the power. That is the one that I blessed the Uchihas with, but his will be the more prominent one. And it will come in handy for him in the future, because his destiny is already written. As after that, the Shinigami put a hand on Naruto's forehead, as the hand glowed for a bit, before the glow died down, and Shinigami disappeared. It has been done. Your soul is free. There is no requirement for payment. Thank you, Shinigami-sama. With those words, Kushina passed away. Not before telling Hiruzen that this was her and Minato's son, Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, heir to the both clans and their legacy. As not only Hiruzen, but her charge, the next Anbu commander, and as well as Jonin commander, and none other than her friends, female friends, Mikoto Uchiha, Tazumi Inuzuka, and her husband's student heard it, while the rest of the shinobis were busy cheering and celebrating that they defeated the QB. As suddenly an Anbu landed near them. Okage-sama, the council has been gathered. They request your attendance there to begin the meeting of what events occurred tonight. They must be discussed immediately. I will be there. We need some time. Tell the council to wait. I will be there immediately. Hi. As the Anbu went away, Hiruzen turned towards all of them. As he lifted the baby in his arms. What are you going to do, Hokage-sama? Said Izumi. They are going to turn the child into a weapon. Knowing Danzo and the elders and those accursed civilians, they are already planning something, said Mikoto. I know, Mikoto, but you know that your husband might be as well. That power-hungry bastard. I know he is, but I can't do anything about it. My hands are tied, Okage-sama. I know, I don't blame you for that, Mikoto. Just return home to see that if anyone is hurt or not. We'll take care of it. Hi. As after that, Mikoto looked towards the legacy of her friend and comrade one last time with a sad smile before leaving via Sunshin. As we go towards the council chambers, after half an hour, everyone was gathered there. As Hiruzen entered, behind him were those who were there near him, as they took their positions and seats where they were required to set in. As Hiruzen sat himself on the chair again, as one of the civilians asked, Hokage-sama, where is the fourth? I thought he will be coming here. The fourth Hokage passed away, and so did his wife, Kushina Uzumaki, as both of them were protecting someone. Who? Asked one of the civilians, as the elders were quiet. So, this is the Jinchuriki, Danzo said, changing the question. What do you mean? Said one of the civilians. The fox isn't dead? No. We cannot kill a Biju. It must be sealed. Then we can kill it now. It's inside a child's body. This child is a legacy of our hero, Minato no Mikaze and Kushina Uzumaki. Choose your words carefully, civilian, or you might start a war that you might not win, said Tizumi Inuzuka as she growled, as her eyes were now slits, indicating and radiating alpha energy everywhere. As the civilian shivered, is this true? Yes. But why did Kushina and Minato make their child a demon? Said one of the civilians. Naruto is not a demon. He never was and never will be. He was born a human child, with whisker marks, I might add, said Hiruzen. It was Kushina's wish that his identity to be revealed to the whole populace of Konoha, and we must guard him with all our might, because there might be some spies here. As Danzo gritted his teeth, his plan was failing now. Cursed at Uzumaki, she was thinking one step ahead of him, and he was irritated by that to no end. But Hiruzen, said Koharu, we cannot reveal his identity. We will tell him once he became a genin, but we cannot reveal it to the whole populace. As you said, spies. What if Kumo or Iwa got a knowledge about this? The legacy will be in danger. Plus, he's the heir to the both Namikaze and Uzumaki clan. As the civilians knew about this, the only Uzumaki and Namikaze, the greedy smirked. They can make him a figurehead and control him by pulling the strings. But how wrong they were. Because Hiruzen wasn't going to let them. I know, that is why I'm going to be his guardian and ward, alongside Kakashi, and his godfather is none other than Jiraiya of the Sannin, and Tsunade Senju will be his godmother. As everyone's jaws dropped. Wait, when was this decided? By Kushina and Minato. Their senses have become their son's godfather and godmother. Is there any more questions? I will be asking both of them to return to Konoha for the funeral and for taking in Naruto. And they will decide what they want to do with him, whether to leave him in the village or take him with them. But it is not sufficient and suffice to take the Jinchuriki with them on travel, said Danzo. We must train him here to be our trump card. He is a human, Danzo, not your disgusting tool that you can dispose of after whatever you want to be done. As Danzo gritted his teeth, as Koharu and Himura were also nodding at Hiruzen's words, meaning they were disagreeing with his thoughts. And Sensei once said, a Jinchuriki needs love in his life and emotions. A Jinchuriki divided of them can be manipulated by the Biju easily. It'll be as easy as taking a pie from a kid. As Danzo gritted his teeth even more, his ways were useless now. He couldn't do anything. As after that, Hiruzen then said, as for his heritage, it will be kept a secret, and all of his accounts will be seized, and each and every month I will get reports of it, so there will be no embezzlement. And as for those who try to do so, they will be executed on the spot. No questions asked or no trials or pleas ever will be given to them. Is there any questions? No, Hokage-sama, said everyone. As Fugaku also clenched his fists, he was enraged. He couldn't do anything. He wanted this kid as his trump card, his clan's weapon, their tool, their pet. But now the Hokage has made that impossible. He has to get rid of Jiraiya and Tsunade before that. But he knew he and his whole clan combined couldn't do that, even with their also mighty Sharingan. They were not Madara Uchiha. They were just Uchihas. As after the meeting ended, After one day have passed since then, as Kakashi was vigilant in guarding Naruto, as Neko, Yugao Uzuki, student of Kushina, was looking out for Naruto, feeding him with the formula and changing his diapers and so on, so he could be healthy. Both of them were in charge, as in a puff of smoke Jiraiya arrived as stomping sounds were heard and the door busted off from its hinges as Tsunade walked in. It seems both of you got my letter. What the hell, Sensei? What is this about that you will seize our Sanin rights? And what are you joking that Kushina and Minato passed away? They did. Last night. They did. And they left behind a son. Now it is your duty to take care of him. Wait, it can't be. Tsunade said. She thought it was a sick joke or a prank that Kushina and Hiruzen were trying to pull on her just to get her back. But it was real. And she had lost her daughter figure now. As Jiraiya was also silent. I see. So, where is he? Naruto? Yes. It is our duty. We will take him. If Hime doesn't want to, I'll take him in. After all, he's my charge. Why are you saying this, Jiraiya? I don't want another pervert on my ass, so yeah, I'll take care of him as well, alongside you. Somebody is going to keep him and you in check. Or it is a dire need to keep both of you in check, because I know for sure that with your mind you're going to corrupt him sooner than he can speak his first words. I don't want his first words to be boobs, tits, or even ass. God knows what you might teach the kid. As Jiraiya gave a lecherous grin, you gave me an idea, Hime. As Tsunade face faulted, and then facepalmed herself. Matagon. I sometimes really curse myself, because I am the one who gave you this bloody blasted idea. As Hiruzen then got both of their attentions, as with a snap of his finger, Kakashi arrived there, carrying Naruto, as Tsunade held on to him. As her finger reached for Naruto's lips as he opened his eyes, and with his chubby hands, both of her hands, grabbed her finger as he blushed and then smiled a warm smile. I see. I guess I'll adopt him then, Sensei. As Jiraiya's jaws dropped, and so did Hiruzen. Wait, what? I'll do the Senju ritual that Uzumaki created for us, for adoption. You really are going to make him a Senju? Yes, it will be a blood adoption. Okay, this might be interesting turns of events. I'll allow it. What? Wait, what? Why? Why do you want to adopt him? I get it, he's your godson. You can take care of him, but why adopt him? I don't know, Jiraiya, she said, still looking at Naruto, her eyes locked with his, and a warm smile on her face. I just feel at peace that a part of me that was lost is found, and I don't want to let it go. I get it, Jiraiya said, with a final sigh and a smile. Just make sure that you hold on to this, okay? Yup, you bet your ass I will. As Hiruzen then smiled. The funeral will be held 1 week later, and after that we can perform the ceremony. And after that 1 week passed, and Tsunade and Jiraiya were taking care of Naruto. Now, it was quite a challenge for Jiraiya, but for Tsunade, who has some experience with children, was easily able to take care of Naruto, but not to that extent that an experienced mother would be able to. But she was getting there, and she enjoyed every bit of it. She didn't even know when a week passed. And then the funeral happened. As that day, it was raining heavily, as Naruto was shedding tears as well, as if he was understanding what was going on. As Tsunade was saddened by this as well, and shed her tears, and Jiraiya did his, as after saying their goodbyes and paying their respects to both of the parents. Now we see them inside the council chamber, as the council was quite shocked by Tsunade's sudden adoption change, as the civilian members and those who were greedy were now even more gritting their teeth, and mainly Fugaku Uchiha was doing this. Damn it. Damn you, Senju. I thought I should have gotten rid of the kid before, but now I see that I should have. It was a mistake to let him live. He's now in the hands of Senju, and he's going to be a part of them. And our rival. Just what we needed. Great. As after that, the whole council agreed, aside from Fugaku and Danzo. And after that, we see Jiraiya riding seals on Naruto's back, and on Tsunade's palm and gave a dagger made out of a blood of Tsunade, and that dagger was absorbed into Naruto's bone marrow behind his back as the seal absorbed and disappeared. Congratulations, Ime. You're officially now his mother. As Naruto hair also got his mother's color, and his blue eyes were also now a bit of brownish and honeycomb. Only a bit of hue was in them, and his skin tone turned a little tan than it was supposed to. As Tsunade smiled, she has officially adopted Naruto. He was officially now her son. She was happy. As then, she said with looking at Jiraiya, if you made my son a pervert, you're going to get your ass kicked, Jiraiya, and I promise I won't let you near him, no matter how hard you try or beg me to. Got it? I promise, Ime. Please, just let bygones be bygones already. Not like I'm going to make him into a pervert or something. Hey, I'm going to turn him into an amazing, awesome, ultra instinct level, super awesome omega level pervert. As some of the figures in the space in other timeline or universes sneezed. Would have sworn someone must be talking about me. As he went back into eating his huge mountains of bowls of rice and kimchi. As we go back to Narutoverse, inside this dimension, as we see outside of Konoha's gates, Jiraiya, Tsunade, and Naruto were there, as Hiruzen was in front of them. I hope you are happy and safe travel. When will you be returning, Tsunade? Well, I guess after he reaches at the age of 13, which will be sufficient for him to enter as a Genin. Are you really sure about this, Ime? I mean, you were quite arguable that you didn't want him to become a shinobi. I know, Jiraiya, but she turned her gaze towards Naruto, who was looking at her and smiling, and cackling like a kid would. He smiled, but it is his life. I'm not going to be a helicopter mom who, stops her sons from doing anything he wishes to do. I'll let him experience everything he wants to, but keep him away from pain. You know that it is inevitable. He might get pain through a heartache or something like that. Then I will be there as a shoulder to lean on and cry his emotions out. Said Tsunade with conviction. You really are a changed woman now, aren't you, Hime? Well, you can say it was love at first sight. Not that way, you pervert. Gee, thanks, you ruined a great moment. Sorry about that. My pervert senses were tingling. I'm gonna smash you so hard that your senses will be dead. As Shira laughed more pervertedly. Come on, Hime, smash me. The fuck, you sick pervert, as she launched him into the space as Naruto clapped his hands and laughed. You like that, don't you? Me too, as Jiraiya was launched into the air like a missile and landed in a onsen filled with men, naked men. As Jiraiya was like, oh, here comes the lady, as he barfed then and there after seeing naked, fat men, hairy-chested men there. As the men then beat the shit out of him because he dirtied the onsen that they were resting in. As after half an hour, beaten and bruised Jiraiya came there. Damn sick perverts. One of them even tried to rape me. As Tsunade smirked. Ready to go? Ha ha. Yes, I'm ready. As after that, they bade their sensei goodbye and went on their journey. Now they were just traveling around. They weren't going to stay anywhere for a longer period of time, and were planning to hop from village to village. And that is what they were going to do. The first stop was none other than Iwagakure. Really? You choose this place first, Jiraiya? Amazing. Bringing the enemy's sons to the doorstep of their enemy. Come on, Hime. Not like anyone's going to recognize it. 10 hours later, we see Jiraiya tied to a guillotine as Tsunade was tied as well as Naruto was kept captive in Oniki's hands. So much for not being able to recognize you, dipshit. Come on, we can talk this out peacefully, fellas. Please? No, Sanin. Why have you stepped into our boundaries? And this child, he looks awfully like Minato's. He's mine, says Tsunade. You can do a blood test and see for yourself. If he's yours, then You'll be able to leave after answering some of our questions. If he isn't, and if he is the child of who I think he is, then he will be put to rest. You better not, or I might as well just pummel this whole village to the ground. As Oniki knew, it was not just a balanced threat, it was going to be original. Nothing is more outrageous than a mother's fury, and he didn't want to incur it, so he did the test. And as Sonata said, thanks to the blood adoption, it turned half of the blood inside of the recipient just as the parent that adopted them, making them their blood relative. And it came out positive. 88% of the blood matched with Tsunade. Tsunade was happy about that and sighed. See? Now hand me over my son. As Tsunade was untied as she grabbed her son from Oniki. There, Naruto. The old bastard won't hurt you. As one of the Anbus had enough, as she charged at none other than Tsunade with rage. Stop irritating me and respect our Kage, as she was punched throughout the whole building, leaving a hole. Don't wake up my son. He is quite hard to put back to sleep, and I don't want to wake him up now, she said with quite rageful eyes, as everyone was quiet for a moment as they nodded. After that, Jiraiya was freed after some answering of their questions and stayed there for 1 month or so. After that, they left. They left towards a minor village to rest there and stay there because Jiraiya didn't have anywhere else to leave and Tsunade didn't want anywhere else to go. She have also picked up Shizune from the place she have left her with her friend in the said village they were staying in. As Tsunade then said, after getting Shizune, "Nee, Shizune, how have you been? I hope you have been a good girl, aren't you?" "Yes. Look here, he's your little brother." Did you adopted him?" "Yes." "Really? I'm going to be an older sister?" "Yes, Shizune, you are." As Shizune was quite happy that she was going to be a sister now. As time passed from then on, it has been 8 years since Naruto lived there as a peaceful civilian, and so did the Sanins. It was quite a relaxing time for them. During those times, Jiraiya was quite surprised that he has become laid back and not as much as perverted that he was. Well, once a pervert, always a pervert, so his tendency didn't die, but he had decreased in them. Because when Naruto was 1 year old and spoke his first word, he said, "Dad," by looking at Jiraiya and holding his finger. And Jiraiya knew what, but he felt a surge of pride in himself and even shed some tears of happiness, as if that something inside of him that was missing, that he didn't knew what it was filled. And he didn't want this feeling to go. So he wanted to be an ideal figure for Naruto from then on. So Tsunade was happy about that. But she was quite saddened that he didn't say mother or mom. But he did say ma after the second word. Tsunade was happy and jumping in the whole house, cracking the floor as well. Due to her Sanin strength, she wasn't able to control herself. As end of the flashback, as we see Naruto now sitting in the woods, as animals were all around him. Naruto had some sort of special connection with the animals, as there were many deers, rabbits, and even some of the eagles and crows, and even some owls near him. And even a huge snake, Anaconda, was now piled up in front of him and resting his head in Naruto's lap, as Naruto chuckled. As most of the kids were scared of Naruto for this, but they were also quite surprised, and so were many of the residents of the village, because they thought that Naruto was blessed for a civilian who could attract animals to this extent, even the ferocious of the predators, as many of the wild wolves, lions, and even tigers and panthers were now gathering near Naruto, as they all were resting. As Jiraiya then said, "Oh, this is quite surprising," as he then summoned none other than Fukusaka, as he then said, "Pa, what do you think? This is quite an interesting sight, Jiraiya boy." This little tadpole has a special connection with nature, and I gotta say, his presence is quite calming and soothing, like a water that is flowing constantly. That is how his presence is, near us all. Is it possible that it is because of the QB? Jura said, no. The QB has a malicious chakra and a wild one as well. While this is quite peaceful, it might be because of his Senju genes, if my guess is correct, because Hashirama Senju had a similar soothing aura. You might be right. Pa, I guess I'll call you back, Jiraiya boy. Once he reaches that age, I would like him to be our summoner. What do you think? It will be the best. I was hoping that I was going to talk to you about this and hoping that you might agree. Nonsense. Obviously I will agree. He is Minato's tadpole and this is the best we can do for him after his sacrifice. Yeah, said Jiraiya with a sad look as Naruto woke up as he was now in front of them. Hey, Dad, why are you here? As Jiraiya then smiled. Well, son, meet Fukusaka. He's one of my summon I told you about. Whoa, you're the great legendary Toe Sage? Fukusaka-sama? You can call me Pa. I was known by that when I was young, but now I'm an old toad. So, young boy, do you want to be our summoner? Like Dad? Yes, like your father over here. He is one of my students. Would you like me to teach you? That will be awesome. Don't you agree, Dad? Calm down, young boy. You're still too early to learn that. And as for about the permission, you have to ask your mother first. She's going to skin me alive if she finds out that I'm going to let you train without her permission. As Naruto nodded, awesome, as he then turned towards all of the animals that were there looking towards him. See you tomorrow, guys. Bye. And with that, Naruto dashed towards his home, as both the elders just smiled and looked towards the animals as they nodded their heads as if they were understanding Naruto, and went back. As we go towards Naruto, as he entered the house. Mom, where are you? Calm down, Naruto, what is it? Said Tsunade, as she was sleeping now in her rocking chair because last night was quite hectic. She had to take care of 2 civilian women who were going to give birth, and they gave birth to quadruplets. One of them did, and while the other one had triplets. Wow, Kame did work in mysterious ways. As after that, she was quite tired and now was resting here as her assistant and her charge, Shizune, was now there as well. What is it, Naruto? Why are you yelling so early in the morning? Shizune-chan, what is it, Naruto? I got a request that I should learn from the great Toad Elder Sage Fukusaka-sama. Should I accept it? As Tsunade got up, what? Who told you about this? Well, he was with Dad and he said that would I like to become a student, and I said I will, but I asked Dad's permission and he said I should get yours. As Tsunade smiled. Yes, Naruto, you should always ask your mother first before doing anything. Okay, that is why I'm here, though. Well, you're still young, you're 8. Could have waited for 1 or 2 years, but I guess you can start now. Awesome! Love you, Kachan, bye! Naruto dashed outside. No running in the home, young man. Hi. Gomenasai, Naruto said before dashing out still. Naruto just nodded, shook her head, and sighed while laying back down. Mataka. I didn't know how 8 years have passed since now, but they have been quite peaceful, haven't they? Tsunade-sama. Yeah, they sure have. When are you going to plan to tell him about his real mother and father? As Tsunade stopped rocking her chair, as her expressions turned serious, as she got up and looked towards Shizune as her eyes fell. You're not planning to tell him, are you? And Tsunade stayed quiet. But Tsunade-sama, they are his parents. He has every right to know about them. I will tell him when the time comes, Shizune. But Tsunade-sama, he's already grown. When will that time come? Not like he's going to hate you, but I'm scared. What if he thinks that we deceived him. I don't want to lose my son because of this talk, Shizune. After so long, I have found something. I have found something to latch on to. I found something to protect. Found something to worth living. I'm not going to let it go. I'm not going to let him go. He is my son. And as a mother, I will protect him from all the dangers, all the heartaches, and all the sorrows. But you cannot hover over him. Isn't it as the same as you said when you arrived to get me? When I asked what happened in Konoha, that you were not going to hover over him and going to enjoy and make sure he enjoys his life while enjoying yours. And not only that, he will be free to decide. Where is his free will now, Tsunade? You're just lying to him and yourself. I'm not lying, damn it, said Tsunade as she punched the table in front of her, cracking it in half. I'm not lying. And we're not going to have this discussion anymore, Shizune. I will tell him when the time comes. As she walked away, as Shizune was quite shocked and turned around to see Jiraiya standing there with a frown. Naruto is with Fukusaka-sama. I came back to see why Tsunade agreed. But I think that we have a serious problem here. I'll talk to her, don't worry. As Jiraiya walked towards the porch in which Tsunade was standing in. Hey Hime, if you want to talk about what Shizune told you, don't. I don't want to listen to it. You have to. What Shizune is saying is the truth. One day, he will find out, one way or another. Isn't it quite good if we tell him ourselves? He's not going to hate us. I doubt that he will ever hate us, but he will be heartbroken when he finds out about this. And that is what I fear, Jiraiya. I don't want to see him like this. For the past 8 years, I only saw a smile on his face. A smile that warmed my heart. I don't know what will I do when I see tears in those eyes. But there will be times when you will not be there for him. What will he do then? He has to move out and fly on his own, Tsunade. He has to be free. You cannot protect him forever. I will, as long as I'm here. And there's no one who can harm him. Tsunade, please be reasonable. I am being reasonable. End of the discussion. Just give her some time, Jiraiya. She needs it. As after that, we go towards Naruto, who was in the forest training there, as Fukusaka was teaching him how to unlock his chakra, and to Naruto's surprise, he was easily able to unlock it. As Naruto then spread his chakra out as Fukusaka suggested, and he sensed something. It was that 3 of the kids and 1 adult were being harmed by almost hundreds of people in near west side. As his eyes opened with a gasp, some people need help. Where? As Naruto pointed towards the direction. You stay here while I go get Jiraiya. Okay. As after Fukusaka left, Naruto dashed towards their side. He couldn't hold on. He could still sense their chakra. It was in danger and depleting fast. So he dashed towards it. Damn it, how am I going to fight? I don't even know what to do. As Naruto was near it, as one of the bandits caught him. What do we have here? A kid walking right towards us. I guess it is our lucky day. 3 bitches and 1 old man who we can get his bounty for. And this kid, he can be sold as well. It was a Kumo's team, more like Killer Bee's team, who was now a Jonin, a fresh Jonin, and he had 3 8-year-old who were Ganin, easy graduates and early graduates, Samui, Karui, and Yujitoni. As the 3 girls were a shivering mess, no matter how hard they tried, no matter how strong Konoichis they were at the end of the day 8-year-old girls, as they were now on the ground, paralyzed due to a toxin, and so could be said for B. As before they could do this to Naruto, his chakra flared, and a golden armor appeared above him, covering even those who were now down. As it was half susanoo, as 2 swords came out of the both hands that were there with the half body. What's this? As Naruto moved the sword, as the sword cut it down half of the army and the trees there, as many shinobis arrived there, more like Jiraiya and Tsunade arrived there, as those who were within the Susanoo were healed. As Jiraiya was quite shocked, and so was Fukusaka. What is this? Oh my god, it is a Susanoo, said Fukusaka. Pa, are you sure about this? Said Jiraiya. But I thought only Uchihas could use it. Yes, only Uchihas with eternal Mangekyo or Mangekyo can use it. But how can this child? He doesn't have any Sharingan. Unless... Oh no, I have to talk to Gamamaru-sama. Summon me back, Jiraiya boy. After one day, I'll be leaving now. As Fukusaka left. As Jiraiya nodded. As Jiraiya and Tsunade appeared in front of Naruto, who was shocked and was quite scared because of what he did. As he looked towards his parents, don't, please, stay back. I don't want to hurt you. I don't know what happened. Naruto, calm down. As Tsunade started to move towards Naruto, please, Kacchan, stay back. What is going on? I don't know. I don't understand what is going on. Naruto, calm down. Listen to my voice. There's nothing to worry about. Just relax. As Naruto did as the armor began to fall and disappear. As Naruto dashed towards Tsunade and hugged her. As tears started to shed, I killed them. You did the right thing, Naruto. But I took their lives. And Dad said life is supposed to be precious. Some of them are, Naruto. Not all of them. Those people, they are going to take your slaves and God knows what with these girls. And you saved them all. As Shizune was over there looking out for them. They had minor bruises still that were recovering before Naruto Susanoo fell, as Tsunade healed them all. That should do. Thank you, said Ujito, as she looked towards at Naruto, who was at the same age as them. As B got up, as he walked towards both of the signing. Thank you. He didn't rap or anything. This was a serious matter. I will keep this a secret from my brother. You don't have to worry about this. But Sensei, this never happened, Karui. Do you get it? Hi. Our sensei was serious and he wasn't in his chill mood and rapping style. As he got down on his knees in front of Naruto. So he's the Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails. Yes, it seems, said a voice from within him. It was Gyuki. Nice to meet you, number 9. I'm number 8. We'll meet you soon, though. You're a homie for life now, of course. As after that, B got up as Yujito and the other size button as Yujito got near him. Thank you for saving us. I'm number 2, number 9. And like number 8 said, we'll meet soon. And with that she hugged him. Thank you for saving me and my friends. And purred a bit before leaving. As Tsunade grew a tick mark and so did Shizune. As Shira laughed. As Naruto was quite curious and tilted his head. As Samui and Kari blushed at the sight. Huh? Well, nice to meet you as well. I'm Naruto. Naruto Senju. A Senju. As then Killer Bee looked towards Tsunade. Is yours? As Tsunade nodded. As he made a zip lock on his lip sign as indicating that his lips are sealed and won't speak of this. As both of the Sanins bowed their heads with gratitude. As after that, the Kumo team left. And quite impressed by Naruto and his skills. Naruto, how did you do that? I just wanted to protect them. And that figure appeared with a sword and a shield. Fascinating. Well, we'll get our answers tomorrow. As the next day came, as Fukusaka arrived there. Well, Pa, any luck? Yes, Jiraiya boy. And Gamamaru-sama wants to see Naruto boy. Alongside you and Tsunade, you can come as well. As a toad was summoned as the three of them got inside, as Naruto said, this is so cool! As in the puff of smoke, they were reverse summoned there. It was Gamabunta who took them. Thanks, Mr. Huge Toad. That was so awesome. He's a good, pleasant kid, I guess. As Gamakichi arrived there. Cool. Can we be friends, your viewers? Said Gamakichi Gamatetsu. As Naruto smiled and nodded. Really? That will be so awesome. Hey Dad. What is it, Gamakichi? I like him. How about I become his personal summon? He has yet to sign though. Who cares? He's my friend, right, bro? Bro, short form of brother, Naruto. Huh, I guess we are bros, bro. As both of them fist bumped as they chuckled, as Naruto gave them some sweets, and after that, he went to meet Kamamaru-sama. After saying goodbye to Kamabunta, as they arrived there, Kamamaru opened his eyes. Ah, this is the boy you were talking about, Fukusaka. He is indeed blessed. Blessed by Shinigami-sama. What? What do you mean? Is it bad? Because both of the parents were scared now for their child. Being blessed by Shinigami-sama was quite scary because being blessed by that god, who knew what kind of blessing it was? Don't worry. He is blessed with the power of Susanoo, the one that protects the Uchihas with the mighty power as their armor. But he isn't an Uchiha. It is true, but the Susanoo granted to them is of that of a lower rank. And only Madara Uchiha was able to pull out a mid-tier rank. There are 3 ranks of Susanoos out there, and the top tier rank is the most strongest form that is blessed by this child, and from the looks of it he has 4 of them. And yesterday it seems he pulled out the protective stance of it, the protector and the healer Susanoo, the gold one. What do you mean? I have met those who have been granted this power before in my thousands of years of life. One had a purple Susanoo. It was offensive and it struck hard. It had 2 swords and 1 bow and arrow. While the other one, which was green, had genjutsu abilities. It could put any type of genjutsu it wanted in the world. As for the 4th one, the red one, it has speed, agility, and flexibility, and stealth as well. And from the looks of it, he unlocked the first stage of it. He will take some time to get to the max level, but my suggestion is he stays here because this Susanoo will alert the Uchihas because they knew about the truth and that they kept it hidden behind their walls. How do you know so much about this? I have met Madara myself in a battle, and I know what he thinks. After pulling out a mid-tier Susanoo, he was quite surprised to face against one who was able to pull out a strong one, the max out level one. But he was able to take him down because of his genjutsu abilities. He was only the fast and agility wise one, the red one. He was taken down easily. So that means the red one is the weakest? Yes, in defensive positions it is the weakest, but it is so strong that it doesn't need any defenses. As for the green one, its genjutsu abilities is so strong that no matter how hard you try or how much of a genjutsu master you are, you cannot break free. Only at the will of the user you can break free. As for the second one, the one that is purple, the offensive one, that is so strong that with each strike it can tear apart anything that it wants. And lastly, the gold one, the first one, the defensive and a bit of offensive, a mix of both, but it has a special ability to heal and to protect. That is quite a knowledge. But how did this came into origination? Well, our Shinigami-sama is to blame for this. He was quite bored and started to create these things for pleasure and grant these powers and abilities to humans so that they could fight with each other, and that is what they did. But as for why he blessed Naruto with all 4 of them, I'm quite surprised. He usually blesses one of them for each person. And to be blessed by all top tiers, it is quite surprising. And quite terrifying in my opinion. How so? Think about it, Jiraiya. Such power at the hands of a child who could be yet molded or could turn evil. But Naruto isn't like that. I know, he isn't like that. I'm just saying. That is quite scary then. Beware of my words, Naruto, because it will be a warning to you. If you use them for bad, many bad things will happen all around those who you love and to you. You will be hunted down, not only by us, but by every summon, and even by the demons of the Shinigami. The Ward. The Ward is those guards that protect Shinigami's order, and if you break them, or his vows, or his blessings is used against his code. Then he can take them back and torture your soul for all eternity. As Naruto gulped, I promise I won't turn evil or bad. For that, I might as well just die. Naruto, says Tsunade. I apologize, Kachan, but it's the truth. I just want to help. I don't want to hurt anyone. As Gamar then smiled. I see. Then, it was nice to meet you, Naruto. You are the one that I wanted to meet for a long time. Gamatetsu called in Fukusaka and Shima, both of them. Hi. As after a moment, Fukusaka, who was outside, and Shima, who was in her room, arrived. As both of them bowed, why have you called us, old man? You will be taking in a new student and train him to become our sage. He will sign our contract. He has passed the test that I placed upon him. Wait, it was a test? Yes, my boy, it was. To see what kind of heart you hold, or is there any darkness within? And from the looks of it, you don't even hold an ounce of it, or even a droplet of darkness. Never let your heart, or body, or mind be consumed and engulfed by the shard of darkness. It will lead to bad things. Hi, I'll keep that close to my heart. And time skip from then to 13 years of age. Naruto, after 5 years of training with the Toads and becoming the Toad Sage, a perfect one, and was able to use Sage Mode and all forms of his Susanoo to almost half of the level, not perfect state yet, was quite strong in his own right and was able to easily tie with Shizune and somewhat with Jiraiya, but wasn't able to beat Tsunade yet because of her 100 healing marks and her monstrous strength. Not even in Sage Mode, in which he matched her strength, he was easily able to pass out because he couldn't hold Sage Mode more than from half an hour. As these were the trainings Naruto did for 5 years, and after that, we see him walking inside the Konoha walls with his parents. Wow, this is the place I was born in? Yes, Naruto, this is the place you were born in. Hey, Dad, Mom, can we go meet, them? See their graves? As both of them nodded with a sad smile. Naruto wanted to meet his birth parents, and he found out about them on his 11th birthday. Flashback. We see Naruto sitting in Mount Miyaboku with both of his parents there, as they were about to celebrate his birthday. As Naruto then said, Hey Mom, last night when I was sleeping, I woke up. It was a nice place with a waterfall, and it was a huge field there, and I saw a huge 9-tailed fox just laying there and smiling at me. And then he pointed his huge nail towards 2 figures that were standing there. It was a blonde man with blue eyes who looked like me and a red-headed woman with violet eyes. As after hearing these words, Jiraiya and Tsunade's eyes widened and they were feeling somewhat scared. And I got near them and said that they were my parents and how they loved me so much, and they were thankful to both of you for taking me in. And the red-headed woman said to me that to say this to you. I remember it vividly. I do not know what kind of dream it was. That she forgives you, and that she's happy that you have taken me in and raised me as your own. I don't know why, but I cried. I felt at peace there. I didn't even knew who they were, and yet I was happy. Naruto, there's something you need to know, says Tsunade as her voice cracked. We're not your real parents. We're your godparents. And she started to cry. As Naruto then hugged her. It's alright. To me, you are my parents, and so are they, if they are my birth parents. But the one who raised me, the one who put a roof over my head, the one who loved me, the one who was there for me when I was scared, the one who guided me, the one who raised me, are both you, and I love you for that, and there's nothing in this world that can change that, and I won't trade you for even them. They are no more in this world. I'm saddened by that, but you are here, and that is all I ask. But don't you hate us for lying? How can I hate you? I will never hate you. I can never make myself to hate you, no matter how hard I try. I will always love you, both of you. As Naruto hugged them, as Fukusaka and Shima were watching this with a smile on their face, and so was Gamabunta, as he thought, well, Minato, it seems that your son is really a kind-hearted soul. Well, I will fight for him and protect him, for your sake and for his pureness sake. The world needs more people like him. As that night, Tsunade knew how much of a weight was lifted off her shoulders because of Kushina and because of Naruto and his words. And so could be said for Jiraiya. He was so happy that he drank 2 huge beams of the wine that toads make and was happy all the way. No one stopped the father who was so happy because he was accepted by his adopted son, even without any blood tie, as a father. End of the flashback, as we see Naruto and Jiraiya and Tsunade paying respects to the said couple who rested in unmarked graves, as unknown to them, a figure was watching them. So you have returned now. I wonder how strong you are, said Zetsu as he disappeared. Zetsu was a plant-like creature, half white and half black, as it disappeared into the ground. One day later, we go towards Amegakure, as inside the basement there was Akatsuki. It consisted of Itachi Uchiha, who has massacred his whole clan, leaving his mother and his sister Satsuki alive. And aside from them was Kisame Hoshigaki, his partner, one of the 7 swordsmen from Mist. As from Iwa was Deidara, the man bomber, Sasori from Tsunagakure, who was a puppet master. Kisame, Hidan from a Jashinist village, who was a priest of the Jashin who took sacrifices of young women, and Kakazu from Taki, who was also an immortal. And then Atobi, a psychopath who wore a mask, and then their spy, Azetsu, a creature made out of plant and artificial being. And Paper Angel Conan, the last and not the least, their leader, Pain and his 7 pots. The original was hidden away from them. And he knew Zetsu. The QB's Jinchuriki has returned. He has strong aura around him, but I can't place my finger at what it is. As Itachi then opened his eyes, so it seems that Naruto-kun has returned. I just hope that my plan works. And with those words said, his eyes closed. He said his words in a thought though, as after saying that, the leader then said, then we can begin our plan. In Chunin exams, the Jinchurikis will be gathering there. Is that right, Zetsu? Yes. Each and every village will be participating this time of the year inside Konoha. Even Iwai's, the skirmishes between them has been subsided. They were going to start anew on a fresh slate, and I think this is our chance to strike them. What do you all say? Crush them when it needed to be. Well, I'll get a lot of money by robbing their banks. Think about all the clan heads' money that is put in the bank, said Kakazu. The women, the children that I can sacrifice. All mine to kill. I'm all in. As one by one each and every one of them agreed. Fine then, it is decided. In the Chunin exams after 3 months, we will attack and take all the Jinchurikis with us. As we go back to Konoha, as we see Naruto standing outside a class door as he held his breath in as he released, "Come on, Naruto, you can do this," as he knocked on the door. "Come inside," said a voice as Naruto came inside. Hello, my name is Naruto Senju. I'm here to do the test to become a Genin," as he handed a note over to Iruka, the sensei. "Are you Iruka sensei?" "Yes, that will be me," said a brown-haired figure, man with a scar on his face, as Iruka then smiled. "Ah, you're from the Senju clan." "Yeah, Tsunade Senju is my mom." As Iruka's jaw dropped, and so did Mizuki, his assistant. "This is Mizuki, my assistant. You can see it there, Naruto. Next to Satsuki. Sakura, make place, please." "Oh, come on, sensei. This loser can't sit near to an Uchiha like her." "He's a Senju. Be respectful." "Who's a Senju? What is a Senju?" "Shoda and Nidaime. What are their names?" "Hashirama Senju and Tobirama Senju, sensei." Get it? As her eyes went, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that." As the whole class laughed, as Naruto had a sweat drop. As Naruto sat down, hi, name's Naruto. Nice to meet you. Sasuke, said the emo girl, as Naruto then smiled. Mama, don't be like that. Isn't it nice that we're going to be comrades, so we should be friends and get to know each other? Naruto said with a smile that was, in Sasuke's thoughts, quite infectious. She was feeling warm, and her hatred, her anger, her distress disappeared. She leaned over near Naruto and laid her head on her shoulder. Her mind was blank, and to everyone's surprise, she fell asleep. Everyone's jaws dropped, even Sakura's, as she yelled like a banshee, waking her up. What? How is that possible, Sensei? Is he using a genjutsu? No, I don't sense any. Although, Naruto, why is this possible? Oh, I have a calming aura. You see, if I meditate enough, there will be animals here. Prove it, said Kiba, as Akamaru yipped. Fine by me. I'll prove it in a break. As after the test happened, the written part, there was a break for them. 1 hour break as they were all in the garden. Now, prove it, Naruto, that you can gather all animals. As Naruto started to meditate. He meditated for 10 minutes and nothing happened. As Kiba was about to say something, ground trembled. As from beneath the ground, a huge centipede appeared. As the children jumped back, but Naruto didn't move. As the Jonis and Anbus arrived there, and so did senseis from the academy. As the centipede revolved around Naruto and came face to face with Naruto. Hello, Oppo. Nice to meet you. As the centipede cricketed before resting near Naruto. As everyone's jaws dropped, and suddenly, in the air, many birds chirped, and eagles chirped as well, as they landed on Naruto's head and shoulders, as Naruto greeted all of them. As suddenly, one by one, many deers from Nara clan came there. Hello, new friends. As Shikamaru Nara, the son of the clan had said, "Oh, what a drag. I'm going to have to drag their asses back. Remember, they might kill me. Don't worry, they will go back. I just asked them." Sorry, Oppo, you have to go back. I'll meet you back in the forest of death, I promise. I'll bring a dead mice as well. As Oppo giggled before leaving. As everyone's jaws dropped. You know that was an apex predator, Naruto, even though it was a giant centipede. So, he's my friend. Right. As Satsuki was quite surprised by this. So that is why she felt at peace and she blushed and looked away. She was enraged that she let her guard down, and near Senju nonetheless. As after that, the final test came, and after that, it went as in canon, and Naruto this time passed. As Naruto was returning, he saw that his sensei was acting weird. Mizuki, it was dark hours surrounding him. I should follow him, shouldn't I? Just do you, kid. Why are you so lazy, Kurama? I mean, you are the most ferocious fox out there and the strongest being, and yet you act like that. I don't know why, and I don't get it. You will get it when the time comes, kid. Now shoo, let me rest. I just want to sleep. Fine, mister. I'm so tired, fox. Just sleep, I'll go. As Naruto went after Mizuki, surprised that Kurama liked Naruto? Well, why don't we have a flashback? Naruto at the age of 12. He was sleeping again and he had the same dream as he had before, in which he met his original parents 1 year ago. But this time the fox was only there. As the fox moved his paw, indicating that Naruto should come near him. Hello, young Ningen. Or should I say Naruto. My name is Kurama, and I'm the nine-tailed fox. And you, my friend, are the one who hold me inside your belly. You mean that markings that appear on my stomach? Yes. You are my Jinchuriki, Naruto. Okay. You're taking this well, kid. I guess you don't get it. Jinchurikis are those persons who live a hard life. You should be thankful that your parents take you in, or otherwise you might have turned into a weapon or a mindless drone. Or might have been hunted or hated by your people. Look like an insect. I guess. So, why did you call me here? Happy birthday, Naruto. Here, you can use a bit of my chakra now. Uh, Wait, what? You're going to give me your power just like that? Why not? You have a calming and nice soothing aura, and you don't even hold 1 ounce of hatred or dark energy within you. You're filled with love and compassion, and it was even able to empower my darkness and free me from it. And plus, why would I get out of this heaven? Look around me. Fresh air and lush green fields and even waterfalls. Why would I get out? I might as well make you immortal and stuck with you. Yeah, pass. But why? Immortality is many things many people desire. But I don't want to be an immortal. I just want to be me. Live a happy life, have a happy family, and die with my loved ones. Immortality, in my opinion, is a curse. A curse in which you have to watch each and every person you love, or grown to love, pass away due to an old age while you stay there. You really are kind, Naruto. That is why I'm glad that you are my Jinchuriki, not anyone else. So, how about we work together and be friends, as you say? Cool, Naruto said. Quite trusting, aren't you? Why wouldn't I? I don't sense any ill intent from you, and plus, as you said, we are going to be stuck for a while together. So, best get along with each other and be on good terms rather than on bad terms, right? You're right, kid. As they shook each other's hand, or more like paw and hand, with one finger. End of the flashback. As we see Mizuki dashing out of the Hokage's office after arriving there, Naruto was watching over him as Naruto dashed behind him. As before he could jump another rooftop, 2 branches appeared and caught his knee, as his pants were torn and his underwear boxers were shown, which were with hearts, as he fell down. And impaler that was on a huge metal pole in which many electric wires were connected to. His ass, rest in peace, went through it. And he jumped in the air almost 500 meters before falling face down on the ground, as many of the Anbu surrounded him. That was a nice job there, kid. Wait, did you use the wood style? You mean those things? Yeah. I thought it was called wood spikes. Yes, that is, but it's a wood style Kekigenkai that is required to do that. I can do that. Naruto just stomped his feet to the ground as a huge wooden log came and bonked Mizuki on the head and knocking him out unconscious, who was now waking up. Impressive. Able to do jutsus without even saying them or doing hand seals. You must be master of it. I could always do that. Interesting, kid. As after that, Naruto went back to his house, and the Anbus went back to report what happened. I see, so this happened, said Hiruzen Sarutobi after hearing to his Anbus report within the council meeting, because that was when the secret scroll of sealing was stolen by Mizuki. That is quite surprising. A kid that wields the Mokitan, and to this extent strongly, said Koharu. We must place him under a CRA. How about we marry him to the Uchiha, said Danzo. Think about it. Sanju and Uchiha clan merged together. Their children will be quite powerful. We will agree to this, but not without the consent of the parents and the children. As after the next day, the meeting was ended, and the parents were called, Mikoto and Tsunade and Jiraiya with their children. Gigi, why are we here? Naruto said, after greeting the said old man. Well, Naruto, my boy, you're here because the council has decided against something. What? Mikoto, as you know, you and Kushina agreed that you will marry your children. Isn't that right? Yes, I told her that I was going to have a daughter, and she told me that she was going to have a son, and we were so excited that I agreed to her, but Fukaku never did. Good, now that he's dead and gone, you are the clan head, you can decide. So what do you choose for her? I will agree. What do you think, Satsuki? If it is mother's wish, then I will agree. Who am I going to marry? She already had a guess, though, and she hoped that it was true. Naruto over here, of course. He's Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze Senju, head of the 3 clans. As her eyes widened, wait, he's the son of the Yellow Flash? Yes. And she looked at Naruto as Naruto waved at her. Hey Sasuke-chan, nice to meet you again. I couldn't talk to you because we were in the Kokage office in front of him. I hope you don't mind. Not at all, you idiot, but you still talked. Sorry about that, DD. I hope you don't mind. Not at all, Naruto. You're free to talk. It is quite sudden, but I guess my Kachan decided. What do you say, Kachan? It is up to you now. It was Kushina's wish, so I can fulfill it, but at the end of the day, it is your decision, both yours and hers. Why don't we give you some time, and at the meantime, you can become fiancés? That'll be awesome. What do you think, Sasuke-chan? And not to be rude or anything, but I do think that you are pretty with your black raven hair and your beautiful eyes. As Sasuke blushed, pervert, she said before dashing out. As Jiraiya said, haha, young love. Before he was punched by both of the women. What did I do wrong? Jiraiya said as he was launched in the air and fell again into the same onsen that he felt in the beginning of the story. Filled with gay men this time, and in front of him was standing naked guy. Youthful Jiraiya-sama, why don't we go and have an arm wrestle and increase our youthfulness? No, no, no! Jiraiya's scream was heard throughout the whole village. As time passed and the next day came, and the team announcement was made, as Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura were placed under Team 7 under Kakashi Hatake. And the test began after their sensei arrived 3 hours late, and everyone was, or mainly Sakura, was quite surprised when Naruto and Sasuke were talking with each other, and Sasuke was blushing. It was quite creepy in her opinion, seeing Sasuke like that. And she was going to get the bottom of that, because Sasuke was her first love, her crush. She was taken away by the Senju out of nowhere. And to her surprise, they were fiancés and her whole world crashed down upon her. But she got a hold of herself, and her new aim was to become strong enough to steal Sasuke away from Naruto, but she didn't know who she was messing with. And the D-rank journey began. And they even completed all of them, and Naruto had Tora resting on her head, and Sasuke was quite happy as Sakura was sitting because her eyes were bleeding out because of all the scratches that she received. Come on, Tora, apologize to her. As Tora shook her head, indicating no. Why, you little cat, I'll just squash your neck. Don't do that, Sakura, or your mission will fail and you will be demoted again. You're at least at the lowest rank of Genin now, said Kakashi. Hi, sensei. As after completing their mission, Tsunade, who was the new Hokage, elected by Hiruzen, who retired finally, and Jiraiya being her advisor, alongside him, announced to Naruto that they were able to do the first C-rank mission. Why did Hiruzen retire? Because he was too old and he needed a successor, so everyone accepted Tsunade Senju as their Godame Hokage, and the life went on for them. It happened within a month, and Tsunade was 1 month in her job already. As for Naruto, his first C-rank mission was an escort mission for Tazuna to leave him back there. As they were leaving, they were encountering many difficulties such as the Demon Brothers and even Zabuza Momochi. But that is when Naruto revealed his true trump card as the sword came down upon them. Everyone behind me. What? Naruto, we should duck! Now! As a huge golden barrier erupted. It was half Susanoo, imperfect Susanoo, and it held a huge shield as Sasuke's eyes went. How? As so were the words of Kakashi. I will tell you later on. As the Susanoo shifted from golden to purple, as 2 swords came, as the 2 other arms behind Susanoo erupted, as it launched a huge arrow at the man, as Zabuza was pierced through it, and before the fight began, it ended, and Zabuza was dead, but they were not saved yet, as his accomplice came, but Naruto swung his sword, killing him as well. I'm sorry, Mokitan. Wood consuming, as both of the dead bodies were consumed alongside the sword. May your souls rest in peace, as a huge tree grew over their dead bodies. This will be a reminder of yours and your gravesite. As everyone looked towards Naruto. You have killed before, didn't you, Naruto? It was when I was 8. I was protecting a team from Kumo. I was scared, but Akachan and Touchan made me not worried anymore. And because of them, I'm here now. I'm okay. Well, this is fine, Naruto, but what was that you used? It was Susanoo, and I thought only Uchihas could use it. Sasuke also knew about Susanoo, but was quite surprised that Naruto used it. I will tell you all, and you have to promise you won't reveal this to anyone. as all of them nodded. Naruto said these words. They, alongside Tazuna, went to his house as they were sitting inside a room now after having their dinner and saying goodnight to Tazuna and his family. As Naruto revealed that he was born with these powers and the truth behind the Susanoo of the Uchihas and his Susanoo, and the Shinigami who being the creator of the Susanoo, blessed both him and the Uchihas with it. And not only that, that how it was different from theirs and his. What was the difference between them? Sasuke was quite surprised by this, and said that he had to share her lover, that she now see Naruto in, as after some time, the bridge building process began, and it went without a hitch until the last day came when Gato appeared with his goons, and Naruto with his offensive Susanoo, purple Susanoo, took all of them down with a single thrust of his sword, killing all of them swiftly. As after that, Naruto and every one of his teams were cheered and hailed as heroes, and he was named as the Samurai Knight of the said village, the hero of their village, and his bull was named after that, the bridge, the Samurai Bridge, as Tazuna and Inari were the one who decided on that name, as Naruto didn't reveal the name of the technique. As they returned, Kakashi went to give the report as they were for the day left alone, as Sasuke and Naruto went on a date for Sasuke's request, and they were sitting on the Hokage monument when they kissed for the first time. Sasuke, I think I love you. Me too, Naruto. Me too. As they kissed again. Then again, as then they heard a perverted giggling. As Naruto launched a stump by punching the ground near him, as his father was released from the ground towards the air like a cannonball, and was launched into the said onsen again. Oh, come on! Why is my luck so rotten? Here again? Well, youthful Jiraiya, I guess you're back. Oh my god, not you again! No! It was Kai, and this time with a mini-me, Lee there as well. Serves you right, Arrow Dad. As after that, Sasuke and Naruto chuckled, as Naruto dropped her off and left home. As after some time, all of the villages sent their cannons towards Konoha, because the Chunin exams were drawing in. The first part of the exam went as in canon, as the Katsuki has infiltrated Konoha and were now watching from the audience. Unknown to them, Orochimaru was also there, impersonating as the Kazekage, alongside the other Kages as well, but many of them didn't knew him that much. After that, the second part came when Orochimaru made his existence known, but Naruto's defensive Susanoo was able to protect Sasuke and Sakura, as no matter how hard Orochimaru tried, he couldn't get in through his defense as they just walked out of it, infuriating Orochimaru to no end. And Naruto has to hold on to this Susanoo form to the end of it, which was quite chakra taxing, but he did. And he was chakra depleting fast, and at low chakras of when he had to fight the preliminaries rounds after getting there. And his fight was Kiba, who he beat after some tough time because of his chakra exhaustion, but he released one trump card, the wood release to every one of them, by releasing a wood dragon from the ground, as everyone was quite surprised and shocked about this. And Orochimaru, who was now Kazekage, was quite infuriated and quite intrigued at the same time with this specimen, the child of his teammate, or quote-unquote child of her teammate. As Orochimaru had a sinister smirk, he wanted this child as his body, but he had to distract everyone. And then the 1 month break came after the whole matches ended, and Naruto during that 1 month met his friends Yujito, Samui, Kaori, Kuretsuchi, and even Fu, and some of the other girls from other villages that were just friends, while those who were named were much more than friends, as they loved Naruto and were quite surprised that he was placed in a CRA because of 3 clans he was affiliated into. Naruto didn't reveal that he was Namikaze to Kuretsuchi, nor did she wanted to know. Even if she knew that, she still loved him though, as Naruto revealed her one night after their date. She was mad that Naruto hid it, but Naruto told her that he found out after 11 years of age, after leaving her at the age of 10. Naruto had traveled after staying there for 8 years. For 5 years, he has traveled alongside, being trained with Fukusaka, and in his resting years, he went alongside his parents to travel in many different villages as well. And some of them he has saved earning their friendship, and that is why he was here now. As Naruto was enjoying his life, he didn't knew he was being spied upon by some of the Akatsuki members, more like Itachi and Kisame. And finally, the day came and the finals were about to begin. But before they began, a figure flew into the center and did something that caused destruction everywhere. The whole village was in shambles and ruins. It was Pain who did this. He pulled out his Rinnegan Shinrai Tensei at everyone. Thankfully, Naruto's defensive Susanoo was able to save those who were close to him. His girls and his parents and his Gigi. And his father as well. While the rest of the village was destroyed, Naruto and the whole Shinobi Alliance began to fight against Akatsuki and those who were against them, Oto and Suna. At first, Gaara was the only one against the other 8 Bijus, but soon Shikaku joined them as well, knowing that it was the right thing to do, and took down each and every one of the shinobis of his own village. And not only that, Akatsuki's as well, and one by one all of the Akatsuki members fell to the ground, dead. As after the whole destruction and ordeal was done, Akatsuki was no more. And Pain even gave Naruto the Rinnegan, but he didn't take it for himself. He gave it to Satsuki. As Satsuki revived everyone with a single jutsu. And Naruto pushed his chakra into her so that she won't be harmed. But before he could do anything, Nagato in his dying breaths gave his life to revive everyone, saving everyone, and inducted him Konoha. As after that, Naruto and the rest of them gave him the proper burial, and life went on. Konoha became repaired, and the 5 villages became more strongly allied with each other after this fight. I knew that there were many threats out there that they could face together like this without any casualties, or less casualties. And plus, they were in political marriage already. As Naruto was now married to all of them and had a happy life with them. And his sons were also blessed with the powers, but they only could use one of the Susanoos that were granted to him. But he was happy about that. And now we see, 10 years later, Naruto standing in front of Ishiki or Suzuki, Momoshiki or Suzuki, and Kishiki or Suzuki, as he was in an offensive state, as his already purple Susanoo blared with Kurama, who was now in Avatar KCM state with the armor purple around him, just like in Boruto. But those parts who were uncovered arrived with red Susanoo, meaning that Naruto was now going to use 2 at the same time, as he dashed in high speeds, blitzing them and cutting them into million pieces before they could use their Tojutsu, and they laid on the ground dead. He was known as the fastest man and Hokage of the village for nothing, and the 5th rank shinobi of the whole elemental nation, Kami no Shinobi. That was his title now. Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze Senju. Strongest man alive, and the fastest. As this is where I'm going to be leaving the story off, guys. I hope you like this one, and if you do, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. As this is Apollo Uchiha, and I'm signing out. Peace.